Hello and welcome to the Sydney Theatre, Sydney, the Australia and New Zealand premiere of The Age of Stupid. My name is Franny Armstrong. I'm the director of The Age of Stupid, the movie that is. Clearly I'm not personally responsible for this era of madness that we're all currently living in. And actually I have no idea how I got here, because we started off making this low-budget documentary about climate change in London about 6 years ago, and now I seem to be hosting the biggest and the greenest live film event that Australia and New Zealand have ever seen. Not quite sure how that happened. But this is an inclusive premiere. It's not your exclusive celebs only number. Everybody's invited to our premiere, frankly, because climate change is everybody's problem. And hopefully you're all watching me now live in cinemas across Australia and New Zealand. So let's see where you all are. Let's go to the cinemas. Apparently we've got people in Darwin, we've got people in Perth. Shout out when you see your name. Adelaide, there's lots of cinemas there. Quite a few in Melbourne. High 10, my best friend's there. In Hobart, isn't that where you're cutting down the rainforest? Canberra, we had a screening at the Parliament there yesterday. Also in Sydney, which is of course where we are. And in Brisbane, I've got no idea where Brisbane is. And then across the water to New Zealand. Lots of cinemas there in Auckland. Hi Mum, my mum's in Auckland. She's a Kiwi now. And my first guests are just starting to arrive on the green carpet. Lots of people are going in. And we're hoping that some very exciting Australian celebrities are going to be speaking to me soon. I think we haven't actually got any yet right now. So I'll just improvise. As a professional TV host, it's just no problem for me to improvise. I can speak about all sorts of things. Climate change I can definitely speak about. Apparently it's very, very bad climate change. It's all happening. So let's grab some people. I actually know you. This is actually my friend. Hi, Kerry. How's it going?
I'm well, Franny. Very good to be here.
What are you doing here?
I've come to support you, of course.
She's my only friend in all of Australia, and here she is. In you go, Kerry. Head up the green carpet. Really glad you're here. And hello, you, young man. What's your name and why are you here?
Well, a young man for a long time. My name's Bill Nunn.
And why are you here tonight?
We're very interested in anything to do with the environment and looking after the world generally, and we've been long-time members of Australian Conservation Foundation, and this is very supportive of those sort of interests, and here we are. So.
Great. And have you heard good things about this film of ours?
I haven't heard terribly much at all.
It's overrated, I've heard. Well, it's great that you're here. Please head on up, grab yourself a drink. Sorry they're not free. We're a bit too tight for that. And now we've got, now we're going to go to Felicity Wade, a lovely guest here. Hello there. I believe you're from the Wilderness Society, who we actually have a zero advertising budget for this film of ours. So we really rely on groups like yours helping us out. And how have you been helping out with this premiere?
We've been doing whatever we can just to make sure people know about the film and putting our logo behind it and, you know, just getting the word out.
And what kind of reaction have you had so far?
Well, those who have seen it, although it's been a well-kept secret, have loved it, and we're really pleased to be backing it.
Great. And what is the Wilderness Society doing on climate change?
Well, the Wilderness Society cares about nature, and I guess we're really working to make the story known about how important looking after nature is. There's a lot of focus on industrial emissions, but probably about 35% of all climate change, well, CO2 since industrialisation, has actually been land clearing and devastation of nature.
Cutting down forests, not a good thing, in other words. Great to have you here. Please head on in.
Thank you.
See you in there. I believe that we are now going to go live by this brilliant satellite truck that you can't see because it's behind the camera, but let me assure you, it's very big and it's very white and it's very cool. Hopefully that's going to work beautifully and it's going to send us live to Auckland, New Zealand, to my friend Lizzie Gillett, who is the producer of the film, and she's actually a Kiwi gal herself. Lizzie, can you hear us? Are you there?
I can actually hear you. Okay, they're all cheering in the tent behind me. I can't believe that we're actually pulling off this live satellite link up. I don't know what we're doing, but the good thing, Franny, is that I've got a clipboard. And as you know, that's the most crucial thing to any successful premiere. So we're here in Auckland at a zero waste tent. It's a solar powered tent premiere, and it's been put together by Greenpeace and Oxfam, who've just built this brilliant event. Green carpet, celebrities, rickshaw arrivals. Although I must say, a couple of hours ago, it was all looking pretty dodgy.
The Age of Stupid has battled for years to make it to its green carpet premiere tonight, hailed to be the first ever powered by solar energy.
We're having a solar cinema 10, and then it's simultaneously broadcast live to 65 sites around the country. In fact, Guinness Book of Records have just confirmed that it's going to be the largest simultaneous premiere in history, celebrities arriving via solar car and that kind of thing.
10 years ago I was flying all around the world doing film after film. no idea about my carbon footprint. Now I think very seriously.
This film is so powerful. It makes you take a very serious look at your life and what you are contributing to the global problem.
Politicians are frightened to tell people you shouldn't travel so much by air, but if we don't make these changes, then there isn't going to be a world for our grandchildren.
Let me start by saying that it was an incredibly moving and brilliant film, and to congratulate you. And I want as many people as possible to see this.
I can announce to you and the world that the Maldives will be the first carbon-neutral country in the world.
A premiere there that we just watched, 1% of the emissions of a normal premiere, which we oh my God, who's behind me? Some very, very special guests are arriving here. The film we just showed was the UK premiere, which even though it only produced 1% of the emissions of a normal premiere, it actually managed to beat the Guinness World Record for the biggest simultaneous film screening ever in world history. 62 cinemas all around the country. So that was the UK, but this is now, and hopefully we're going to be able to go back to New Zealand and have a look at Lizzie in her solar-powered tent. Lizzie, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yes, I can still hear you, and it's all going pretty well here. Everyone's very excited. We've had a brilliant night. We had a really moving Māori welcome to begin the evening, and like lots of your family, Franny, are here, and my family and friends. But I'm joined right now by Lucy Lawless, who you may know as Xena Warrior Princess. Thank you so much for coming. What did you think of the film?
Oh, it's great. It's very moving. You know, it's one thing to be made to think, but this makes you feel, and we really need to mobilise people from their gut to get the message out that we need 40% carbon reductions by 2020. There is no alternative. Anything else is flim-flam. Don't buy it. We've got to go hard or go home, man.
Wow, that's exactly what we were trying to do when we made the film, is make people feel rather than just think. So that's brilliant. Yeah. And what would be your one message to public watching? What can they do?
Well, look at, in Australia, you've got Melbourne, which is just sweltering this awful drought. The people are really adapting. You know, throughout in all of nature, it is not the richest who survive, it is not the smartest, it is not the strongest, it's not even the fittest, it's the ones who adapt. And we've got to adapt our homes and our communities, our workplaces and our habits to really to survive. I hate to say it like that, man.
And to be more eco-friendly, more solar cinema tent premieres, yes, more low carbon arrivals by a rickshaw. I think you came by a rickshaw or a bike or...
Well, not really, it's my personal rickshaw, it's a Prius, but I've had one for years and they're just great little cars.
Oh, well, thanks so much for coming. Yeah, we had a whole load of celeb arrivals earlier on.
You call it a rickshaw, I call it a Prius. It's my limo.